Well, my work has been basically, around composing. But I think that composition has been my forte. And but over the years, I've gotten into Broadway, and I love jazz, of course. And the local college here, Moorpark Community College, we live in Simi Valley, and Moorpark has had a thriving theater program, and I've been there for the last 12 years. Some of my students now, they come to me for the theory, and it does help to really understand how to connect the pieces, but that takes a long time. And then I also notice that some of my students, the untrained ones, they will come to the same conclusion as a schooled technical person. I think that's very interesting because you have to deal with the intuition, and it has to be the inspiration aside from the technical, and then you marry the two.
Is this very interesting?
Our musical director, Marilyn Anderson, our vocal director, Saber Rolls, our director, choreographer, and myself, we welcome you and we thank you for coming to help us with this afternoon's presentation.
Give me your answer, fill in a form, mine forevermore. Will you still need me? Will you still need me when I'm 64?
And then, so you got all these beautiful dancing girls and singing these Beatles songs, and then I'd have to do medleys because they had this elaborate stage set, and then we'd go from one song to the next, and everything was just elegantly choreographed. And of course, Den on Saber were responsible for all that, but my job was to make sure that they want 8 bars of this and 12 bars of that, and 4 beats here, and they just would chop the songs up, and I was scribbling to keep up with them. They would go by according to the dance steps, and my job was to insert whatever music was necessary, because literally they would have a dance routine already in their head, and they would just say, okay, they go by beats. Like dancers go by 8, 5, 6, 7, 8, and music's usually in 4 or 2. So I'd have to say, no, wait a second. It wasn't even, most musicians count bars, right? Like bar 32. Everybody take it from bar 32. But dancers had this 8 count. So it was really interesting. I would literally have to sit there and tap and like this, and they'd say, okay, we need an extra 8 counts, and it was just really interesting. So you'd have to repeat, and then cut bars and chop bars and integrate other parts of the song, and then so it was a very complex procedure to get what they heard in their mind and what they danced with their feet, to get that on paper, and then work with the band. So none of the songs really were traditional in that sense. The Beatles songs were all completely tailored and arranged, and it was a great show. It was a great show. Try to keep things real relaxed. I mean, we're up in the band is upstairs, and then we look down on the actors, and I have real loose atmosphere. Of course it has to be structured, but I feel like I get more out of them when I loosen their shackles a little bit.